August 5th, Jackson County Commission work session to order.
District 1,
Present.
District 2,
Present.
District 3,
Present.
District 4.
Present.
All been in vacation, we'll have a pledge for Mr. Bennett. Okay, first item is approval of the agenda. We have 5 items, with 2 having several items beneath it, sub-items. So we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. No one signed up to speak this evening, so we'll move on to the first item. The first item is the software for the jail. Sheriff?
Over the past year, Rocky and I have been looking at several software programs for the jail and for our office and dispatch. Jeff Robinson is one of our reserves who is basically our computer whiz when we want to know something. He's been helping us get these people in, and they've been showing us some of the software and stuff, and we've come to the conclusion that this is, for the money, this is the best one. It's a high dollar program that we're not paying full price for. And each, the jail, the office software, and the CAD system's all integrated together. It works all as one. I'm asking for help to help put the software into the jail and help me buy some computers for the cars, and I will pay for the rest. There is some maintenance fees, year 2 and year 3 from there on, that will need to be paid, and there are also some fees to be paid for air cards for the computers, which I can handle. But if you look through your packets and stuff, the one thing is, Jeff told me well over a year ago, Jeff Arnold told me well over a year ago that we have to get off the AS400 out of the courthouse, because if it breaks down, we lose everything we've got. There's no one to work on it, there's no parts for it, there's no way of fixing it. So we've got to do that, and they're going to be able to pull all the information that's in the AS400 and move it into this new system, as well as all of our jail information, all of our papers. And this software, like I said, all works together, and if a deputy stops someone out here and dispatch puts his name in, it's going to tell all the history that the sheriff's department's been involved with that person or that address. So it's a big safety factor issue with it too. I mean, it's going to help as far as safety goes with our officers and stuff. The part I'm asking for y'all is the jail's about $37,500, and then a little help on the computers, which was roughly around $45,000. If y'all could help us with that.
Any questions or comments?
How quick are we looking at? What day are we looking at get this started?
Well, they gave us kind of I don't want to use the word, but it's the only way I know how to use an ultimatum. They're going to give us $6,000 worth of equipment, plus they were going to charge us $7,000 for training. And we've talked them into, since I'm buying the product from them, they're going to do the training for free.
Good.
But now they wanted us to sign a contract rather quickly to get those 2 savings.
Right.
So we're looking at saving around $13,000 or so. You know, the quicker we can get it. I don't remember the exact date. You remember? I think it might have been August the 13th, but I'm not 100% sure. And we applied for a grant. Actually, Jeff done the grant for us also. We got turned down, and I don't know of any other grants out there that'll help us pay for this.
You and I spoke briefly about this. The county's part, as far as the money goes, do you have any idea when it would be, we would need to pay?
Well, I can pay, 75% has to be paid up front. I can pay that. And y'all can reimburse me whenever you want, within reason.
What, do you know what the annual maintenance costs? As far as
$7,000 for the whole thing. Now, we've already got $5,000 a year that's set aside for the jail software that we're paying. So there's $5,000 of that 7 right there.
Okay.
So the other $2,000 a year would just be paying for the CAD system and the software in the office.
We would stop paying on this current system.
Yes,
Switch
they
over.
would pull all their stuff out after they download the information into their system, and we would return it to them.
That 7,000, do you see that as a necessity, or do they make you do that?
Both. I mean, if it breaks down, we've got to have somebody that can fix it. Most of the work, it's my understanding, they're in what state?
Utah.
They're in Utah. Well, we may have a phone number we call Utah. They can get online and actually do the work from there to here. If it's a computer issue, is my understanding as far as software goes. Jeff might enlighten you on a lot more of that. I mean, this is his business, this is what he does. He's not making a penny off of this. And he's helped us, look at all these systems and I mean, we've been doing this for well over a year. And this is the one we've actually decided to use. We looked at one, the second one that I like, just for software for the office is well over $100,000. So these people like their software programs.
$5,000 that we have, that we're paying already, is it contracted monthly, or is it,
Yeah, that,
can we just stop paying it?
I don't see why we couldn't.
what's the name? of
There
it?
was no agreement with them other than the fact, this is several years ago, they came in, Avion. They wanted to use us, basically, they would give us all the hardware if we would let them use our jail to build a software program for them to sell. So over the years, we've gotten several $1,000s worth of computers and stuff from them. And they developed this software, but it didn't really kick off, I think, like they wanted it to, and nobody's buying it. And it really doesn't do everything we want it to do.
Just the farm out of Huntsville?
Yes. Yes.
5,000 a month.
You're paying that out of your budget?
Year. Yes, it's in the jail budget.
Right, oh, it's the jail budget.
Yeah, for the jail, that's where it's at. It's in the jail budget.
Sheriff, do you feel like us participating in this amount, the citizens will be better served with this?
Absolutely.
This
There's no
amount?
question about that. Right now, if you get on the radio, if we get a call, in a community, we have to find the car that's closest. With this system, as far as the dispatch goes, it's gonna show them on the screen where this car's at, who's the closest person. It'll save a whole lot of time as far as response times and waiting on people to answer. It's gonna save a lot of time, whatever they do in the field, in their car. If you, just as for an instance, if you make a DUI and you arrested a guy and he's sitting in the back seat, you're sitting there waiting on a record. Well, while you're sitting there, you can do your arrest report in your car. Get to the jail, all you gotta do is go to a computer and it all comes back up. So they don't, whatever time they spent working this case up, waiting on a record, is the time they save sitting in the jail. They're back out on the road. That's just one instance.
And that's a lot of time, I've noticed,
Yeah,
that's
you
a
can
lot
do.
of time.
Now, Scottsboro has a very similar system already, don't they?
I believe so. Everybody's going, I mean, we're way behind when it comes to computers. We're way behind. We're still pen and paper on everything. Just about. And this all integrates also, one of our secretaries has to, every day has to enter INO reports, incident reports, and send them to Montgomery. The deputy can actually do this, put it in the computer. All she's got to do is go through it and approve it, and then it's on Montgomery. It saves her time, so she can do other things. I mean, it's a great system, we believe. And there's not one in the state of Alabama. I know there's several agencies outside of Alabama that has them, and I know the company probably wants to get in Alabama so they can maybe try to sell the product to some other agencies. So that may be why we're getting such a good deal on that. Other than, Jeff being friends with the guy that runs the business.
That, it works with the system also, we just put in at the jail.
Do what now?
It works with the system, we put in at the jail.
No, it's gonna replace the system.
No, I mean, the phone system.
He's on his phone system.
Oh, yeah, it'll hook up to that too.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, it just tells us a lot of history. If you get a call on somebody out here on the mountain, and they have visited the jail last week, it's gonna tell you that before you get there. It just gives you a lot of history, which is, the more the officer knows before he gets on scene, the lot safer. It's gonna tell them if they've got a pistol permit. It's gonna tell them if we've ever served any papers, or, past arrests, of course, but, it tells a lot of stuff that we have no idea, at nighttime, Of course, daytime, you have to call and ask. This will be automatic. I think it's a very good system, and I'd like to have some help, purchasing it, because we've got to bring the sheriff's department up to date.
Other questions or comments?
This should have too on radio, a lot of rural areas, it's hard to get good reception, I've noticed, and this will help, them being able to pull it up, a lot of times they can't even hear the dispatch, so I think this.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear officers repeat address, give me the address again. Because first thing you usually get is, I need you to be 1084 to an address, and then they explain the call. Well, by the time they get to the end of the call, they've been forgot the address. This will be flashed up on the screen, right where they're going, gives them a map to where they're going. It's a really good, really nice thing.
Any other questions?
Well, one safety issue, Sheriff, that we hadn't mentioned, of course, we hope nothing like this ever happens, but if we ever have a possibility where the deputy's on a call or he's out making a traffic stop, we don't know where he's at, we can find him. If he's on the side of the road hurt somewhere or in a fight needs help, we can find him. We know where he's at.
And Rocky and I can actually monitor the cars from home on our computers at home.
Anything else? Can you get a breakdown of the cost you're asking for initially, and then also the annual amount?
Did you not get one?
That
It's on the back, here's that sheet.
I don't know if I gave you, did I give you one?
Here,
I don't have one.
this one,
I don't have one.
no, that's what he needs.
There we are. Okay.
Y'all need another one for John or anything later? I've got it.
Might as well, yeah.
Since I've already printed it.
And what's the total though?
All the way at the back.
All the way back.
It's like 83, 204 total.
Here's the next one.
I'll take one if you got one.
All right.
And what about the continuing cost? Is that your
It's,
summer maintenance?
Yes. And this is what it costs per year per car off. I think I can do that.
Any other questions or comments? How do we want to, you said the 13th, but we need to take some action next week.
That's what they told us. I think maybe Jill can get in a week or two if we have to. If you want to do some research or anything, if you want to try to find some grant money, that's fine.
If there's no objection, we can place this on the agenda for next week. If we find something that may hold it off, we can wait it that way. If nothing else, we can put it. And my recommendation would be to work out something, like you said, where we can pay this either in installments, our part of it, give it to you a couple times in the future. But
It's fine with me. I'll pay the whole thing and then y'all can do that with me. We won't have to agree with them about it.
we can discuss that at the meeting next week. Talk about this. Any other questions or comments on this? Any objection proceeding that way? Okay, we'll place this then on the agenda for next